that trouble in ADC is not going anywhere. Balagombe announced yesterday that he and his own faction of the ADC have uploaded candidates of their own to the INEC server after the David Mark have already uploaded. Now the big question is, did INEC give a faction they don't recognize the codes to load or upload candidates? That is another big question. So ADC is now in limbo. Well, the ADC presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has also been speaking. With all this wahala, do you see any end to this quagmire between the ADC, INEC, and the Nigerian government, as they have been accusing fingers pointing to the APC orchestrating this behind the scenes? I don't know what you're going to happen with the no accuse APC. Well, now the ADC is heading to the Supreme Court as appeal court has barred INEC from recognizing Mark-led congresses. And if David Mark-led congresses is not being recognized, it means Atiku Abubakar, the Congress that produced Atiku Abubakar, is what? Also Babadash. All right, so that's what we'll be taking a look at today. The ADC is at it again. INEC is now going to, do you obey this appeal court judgment and de-recognize David Marks-led congresses? Or you wait for the Supreme Court judgment? One step to go. One step to go. The Supreme Court has also said that this matter is an internal matter, not for the court, because the court don't have jurisdiction. But the court has assumed jurisdiction on this matter in certain cases because the lead judgment also there. Today we'll try to bring you that judgment as it was written so that you would read for yourselves and then decipher what exactly is going on with the ADC. Furthermore, on the show this morning, Governor Makinde has called for UN to probe the circumstances of the abduction and the release or rescue of the abducted teachers and students of Orile community in Oyo State. While making a statewide broadcast yesterday, he said it is not to undermine the nation's institutions, but to bring about accountability and transparency to the people. What happened to the abductors? How were they rescued? Who is behind the abduction? Now, Makinde has made this very open. That brings to question, is there no synergy between the state government and the federal government in actions like this? That also brings the question, how can somebody be the chief security officer of the state, but the security personnel are not under his command? And this is another issue in Oyo State and in our polity we need to discuss. So with all this happening, you'll begin to wonder, how come people were abducted for 56 days? Governor Makinde and the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, according to Bayo Onanuga, were working hand in hand. The Bayo Onanuga said the government is thanking Sheyi Makinde's government of Oyo State for cooperating with the federal government. But now with this broadcast, what do you think is going on behind the scene? Because these are opposition parties. Makinde is in PDP or the PRP, was it PRP or what is it? What's the other party now he has joined again? So he is now with the OPM and the PDP, and they're working together for his presidential ambition. And then he is now coming out to ask for probe from international bodies, civil society groups, not just Nigerian ones, but international, calling on the UN to come in and probe this abduction and rescue so that they will tell us who is behind the abduction, who was the mastermind, and how these people were rescued, and without arresting the people that were there. We also had that one soldier lost his life, a lieutenant, in the course of trying to release these abducted children. So, without government coming out to specifically tell us the group that masterminded this abduction, who is behind them, how they managed to keep these people for 56 days within one forest that the government said they cordoned off any exit route, and the people had to stay in the bush for 56 days. The government had to be diligent and carefully planned their rescue, and it took nearly 2 months for that particular, nearly 2 complete months, because it's 2 months, 56 days, remaining 4 days to make it 60 days, complete 2 months. So at the end of the day, did Makinde do the right thing by calling out the Nigerian government and asking for probe from the foreign body? Now, these 2 very important news that broke out yesterday is what we want to discuss this very beautiful morning. Welcome aboard, people. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal, the one on radio, the Okenze, and your big brother, the presiding bishop of this ministry. Everybody, let's move the ministry to the permanent site. Okay, are you ready for this? Okay, let's give you some few headlines on the newspapers this morning. Court orders for future of Lagos socialite properties over alleged drug trafficking. Okay, Mararaba twin flyovers near completion. Those are not news stories anyway. UK issues new travel guidance for Nigeria and 32 other African countries. Brad Pitt's daughter, Zahara, publishes legal notice to drop father's name. Well, Brad Pitt, the former husband of the one and only gorgeous Angelina there, who is now a mother of and abducted 2 kids and other children she had with Angelina Jolie, one of the most beautiful women on earth. So, I mean, Brad Pitt's daughter is now asking to drop his father's name. I know they know what to worry American people, but definitely that's what it is. It's a society. They know what to do. Okay, on the cover story, ADC heads to Supreme Court as appeal court bars INEC from recognizing MAC-led congresses. That is also on the leadership newspaper. We move on to the Vanguard newspaper. How police uncovered fictitious PFIPC document. Fictitious. That is what they call. This story of Adeyemi Adeniyi is not going anywhere. The fake agency, the AI agency, or the Katakata agency that smuggled this way into Nigerian budget. I don't know how that happened, but the police interim investigation report has revealed how operatives uncovered an alleged forgery and impersonation syndicate built around a fictitious government agency known as the Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, PFIPC, following a petition from the Office of the Chief of Staff, told our president. All right. Well, the report titled Police Interim Investigation Report, Activities of Fraudsters and Imposters Forging Official Appointment Letters, purportedly from the Office of the Chief of Staff to the President, detailed the investigation into alleged forged appointment letters and official documents used to create impression that the PFIPC was a legitimate federal government agency. Well, according to the report, the investigation was initiated after the Office of the Chief of Staff to the President petitioned the Inspector General of Police in October 17, 2025, over the activities of individuals allegedly forging official appointment letters purportedly issued from the office. Police said preliminary findings show that the forged document contained falsified signatures, reference numbers, official seals, and Nigerian coat of arms, and were allegedly used to appoint individuals into the non-existent PFIPC. Well, all this grammar where police they speak would never tell us how a forged document will give them office at the Federal Secretariat, CBN open account, and they can't put them for budget. Would never explain all this looking for a way to hang this issue on forgery. Is not, nobody's buying it. No, I don't think anybody's buying this story. If the police is saying it's false, how on earth did this false doc since October last year, when I not do investigation, find out now when the thing on the blow, nearly how many months? Nearly 1 year. This is July. October is 3 months away. Nearly 1 year. Now when they find a forgery. Which forensic expert did they subject this thing to? Is it in the court of law? And the police, are they saying that nobody is saying what the police is saying is not wrong, is not right, is not wrong? I am not saying any of that. Whether right or wrong, it's not my business. But what I'm saying is that why is it that the government is not addressing the most pertinent issue? Anyway, President Bola Tinubu has given them ICPC 1 month to uncover how this agency came to existence, got an office in the Federal Civil Service, open account even with the Nigerian Central Bank, 34 different accounts which money have been there. He has gone on international trips representing Nigeria. Now, his ministry, which is fake, non-existent, exists in Nigerian budget. How? These are the questions Nigerians want to know. All this long story about finding whether they forged document from office of the chief of staff. The chief of staff has been fingered and accused of collecting 400 million naira bribe, plus 200 million, demanding for 47% of the budget, which was approved by the National Assembly and the Accountant General. Nobody is hearing anything concerning those ones. It's all about fake, 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 fake. Please stop this zigmarole, round. Please get to the bottom of why and how the chief of staff is involved in a scandal as this. Simple. That's what Nigerians want to hear. Thank you very much. Moving on to other stories. ADC fortunes in limbo. Appeal court affirms order barring INEC from recognizing David Marks led Congresses. Orire abduction. Children were beaten. Teachers chained. Alamu, the principal, is speaking. He said the principal abducted alongside teachers, students, and pupils in Orire local government area of Oyo State. Mrs. Rachel Alamu yesterday recounted a harrowing 56-day ordeal in captivity, revealing that children were beaten into silence, male teachers chained and blindfolded. What a bombshell. This is not a sweet story at all. Nobody should pass through. When she was asked if she would continue doing that teaching work, she said she don't know. Right now, she just want to go home, go rest. Maybe if she recovers, she will not start thinking about whether she wants to continue work. She has been working for 28 years. I mean, the woman, see, then she don't lean, finish. Oh, this woman don't hear way. 56 days. I don't know if they're bath at all. Imagine a woman staying without betting for him. Oh, my God. It's going to just, man, these little boys and girls. See that small one. That one ain't detire me. Presidency forced Makinde's UN probe call over Oyo School's abduction. That is another story on the Vanguard newspaper, where the presidency on Monday knocked Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde over his call for a United Nations-led probe into the abduction of pupils and teachers in Orire local government area of the state, describing the demand as unnecessary and politically motivated. Speaking in an exclusive interview with The Punch, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, said the federal government had no objection to an international investigation if Makinde believed there were unresolved issues. The government has just expressed his opinion that the UN should probe this incident. Our doors are open. Let the UN come if it thinks there is more to it than what our military has explained. Onanuga responded. He, however, questioned the rationale behind the governor's demand, urging that no security agency would deliberately allow school children to remain in captivity for 56 days. Look at those kids. Some of them are just about 4 or 6 years old. Will anyone want to deliberately subject them to the trauma they went through for 56 days, he asked. Well, according to Onanuga, the rescue operation came at a heavy cost, with some security personnel, including soldiers and members of the Western Nigerian Security Network, condemned codename Amoteku, losing their lives during the effort to rescue the victim. He also noted that one of the abducted teachers was killed while in captivity, insisting it was unthinkable that anyone would deliberately orchestrate such an ordeal, where the presidential spokesman accused Makinde, whom he described as a presidential aspirant, of allowing politics to influence his position. It is just unfortunate that Mr. Makinde, maybe because of politics, because he's a presidential candidate now, doesn't have any trust in our own institution and is now calling on a standard body to come and investigate, he said. Onanuga further described the governor's demand as absolutely unnecessary, accusing him of attempting to weaponize the incident for political purpose. Well, this is Nigeria. Now, they can't talk with a hair. But the big question that Onanuga is not saying, and the military, is where are the abductors? What happened to them? If you came to rescue, there was fire exchange, and we lost some of our security personnel, the military, as well as Amotekun people. What happened to the abductors? Did they vanish? How many of them? These are news. Where are their pictures? Where are their videos? And I believe that anytime this kind of thing is going on, we always have, that's why America will always have a video on the chest and so soldiers. They record all these things and they see it in real time as it's happening in the control room. You'll be watching the thing like movie. And they'll be directed, go here, go here. These people are coming from here. Did we go in there blindly without any camera, without video? These are things that will shut people up. But no, we don't do it. That's just the issue. Well, Makinde calling, do you think Makinde did the right thing or the wrong thing? They're playing politics with the lives of these young boys and girls. And of course, by the way, there are 2 teachers that were killed. According to Mrs. Alamu, the principal, one was killed on the second day. The one that was beheaded, the video was trending. And the other one was killed in June. Too bad. Too bad. But that's exactly what happened. Final evacuation flight from South Africa to bring back 315 Nigerians on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Adeyemi denies hiding, says he borrowed 400 million naira to secure PFIPC appointment. All right, Aston Villa moved to hijack Newcastle deal for Swiss World Cup star Manzambi. And of course, Spain are favorites, says France coach ahead of World Cup semi-final today. That much. Nobody will miss him. Oil extend gains after fresh U.S. strikes and stock mostly rising. So Dangote refinery has since ditched the naira and started selling fuel in dollars. So nothing lasts in Nigeria. They just do, the more you see, the less you understand. Okay, finally, on the Daily Post newspaper, Ballon d'Or 2026, top 4 to win award this year. If they don't give Harry Kane this year, I don't think he will ever win it again. If Messi name did this list, I go vex. I go vex. As how? As waiting. Well, the top 4 players to win this year's World Cup Golden Boots have been revealed. France will face Spain in semi-final. And of course, according to a Polymath report, Fabrizio Romano says France captain Kylian Mbappe currently has the highest chance to win the award this year. The 27-year-old who has scored 8 goals and provided Argentina captain Lionel Messi, who's 8 goals and 2 assists. Imagine, England, Jude Bellingham, and England captain Harry Kane. Now, this country in the West, what is Messi name to do here? Pass away they play for U.S. League. Is Ballon d'Or all about World Cup? God. Anyway, let's see how it works. If they give Messi, this is the worst nightmare in football. Everybody could understand what's in their football. Well, on that note, yeah, this is the much you'll be taking on the newspaper review. When we come back from our short break, Yeah, we will have the phone lines open for you to deposit on any of these headlines we've churned out for you. Remember, we will be taking a extensive look at the issue of David Mark-led executive of the ADC, which are now in limbo because the Federal High Court judgment has just been upheld by the appeal court, asking INEC to de-recognize all congresses held by David Mark, that the tenure of the state executive had not expired. Hence, David Mark cannot appoint new people. The only people with the power to organize state congresses are the state executive, the state working committee, and not the federal. No constitution, neither federal or the ADC constitution, gives the national body, the right or powers to create a new body. That is what they are saying. So stick with us when we come back. We discuss that, plus Mackinday's UN probe request. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the news update at 10. News update on Echo FM 100.7. We are the fresh news people. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. President Bola Tinubu has directed the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of the National Identity Management Commission and IMC, Abisoye Koka Odusote, to enroll every Nigerian in the Commission's database before the end of 2026. Well, according to the NIMC DG, the exercise would also help determine Nigeria's actual population, noting that current estimates range from 200 million to 250 million Nigerians. The federal government has suspended the proposed review of registration fees for the 2027 West African Senior School Certificate Examination and the National Examination Council Senior School Certificate Examination, pending wider consultations with stakeholders. The ministry said the decision reflects its commitment to ensuring that policies affecting students and their families are carefully considered and responsive to public interest. The 60-year-old abducted headmaster of Nomadic Basic School, Igbojaye, in Iseshiwaju local government area of Oyo State, Mr. Matthew Kolawale Owade, has regained his freedom after spending 48 hours in captivity. The kidnappers had initially demanded a 30 million naira ransom. However, following negotiations, the family succeeded in reducing the ransom demand to 3 million naira, which the abductors initially accepted before increasing it to 5 million, which the family paid to ensure his release. Residents of Aonde community in Ugboju, Otukpo local government area of Benue State fled their homes on Tuesday morning following a fresh attack by suspected armed header. The latest attack comes barely 48 hours after suspected armed headsmen invaded Otukpo Nobi community in the same local government area, where more than 18 people were reportedly killed. Army has intercepted a suspected arms trafficking syndicate and recovered a cache of illegal firearms during an intelligence-led operations in Kaduna State. The operation, carried out by troops of Sector 7 under Operation Enduring Peace, followed a credible intelligence on the alleged movement of illegal weapons from Jos Plateau State to Niger State. And in the world of business, Dangote Petroleum Limited refinery has fixed the ex-depot price of premium motor spirit petrol at $0.779 per liter, unveiling a new pricing template that also raises the benchmark price for diesel and aviation fuel following easing transition to dollar-dominated transactions. The development marks a major shift in the refinery's commercial operations and could reshape pricing dynamics in Nigeria's deregulated downstream petroleum sector. And in sports, Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has disclosed that he plans to return to school and obtain a university degree despite his success in professional football. Osimhen explained that one of his motivations is to engage or encourage young people who may have abandoned their education because of financial hardship or other challenges. And on the foreign scene, the United Kingdom has directed that Nigeria and 32 other African countries must obtain every entry clearance before traveling to or transiting through the United Kingdom. The revised guidelines requires travelers to confirm they meet the UK visa requirements before booking flights, as those without the appropriate documentation could face delays, travel disruptions, or be refused boarding by airlines. And that is all for the news update at 10, brought to you by our news desk here at Echo FM. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms. On Facebook is Echo FM, on X is at Echo FM_Were, on Instagram and YouTube is Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. And that is the news update at 10. Thank you for listening. Please stay with us for the rest of the program.
It's the sound of the city.
is Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7. Your main event on radio is up. Please call your friends, call your enemies. If you have any enemies that don't do no good, but they're always there. But it's time for everybody to be part of the program. It is Straight Talk Live on Echo FM with the Radio Mashab Barry Cosmos. Today we take a look at the call by Makinde for UN to come probe the abduction of the school children in or your state. And of course, the appeal court has now upheld the Federal High Court judgment which restrained INEC from recognizing any Congress held by the David Mag-led leadership of the ADC. Plus, Balagombe claimed he has uploaded his own candidates on the platform of the INEC. So with all this happening at the ADC, what do you make of this story? But before we go into all that, let's take some messages that came in earlier on the show. Honorable Sir Prince Anukam texting from over here, say, my stake in what Governor Oluseyi Makinde said. He said the United Nations Organization doesn't have mandate to conduct the kind of investigation you are asking it to carry out. Article 2, sub 7 of the UN specifically prohibits United Nations intervention in matters that are essentially within the domestic jurisdiction of a sovereign state. Lawyers around you should be able to disagree with you within minutes of discussion of your request to get the UN involved. Of course, there are expectations which include incidences that threaten international peace and security, or one that calls for the authorization of the UN Security Council, especially if the kidnapping takes international or cross-border dimension. While UN takes note of crimes bordering on terrorism within the borders of sovereign state, but there is no record of the kind of intervention being sought since the establishment of the UNO in 1945. At best, though UN office or counter-terrorism may offer technical assistance. In fact, Nigeria has in the past worked with that office and the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crimes. Your Excellency, if you know something about the kidnapping that the rest of us don't know, have the courage to spill the beans. Honestly, every right-thinking person wants to know if there are shenanigans involved. It appears you see or know something. Say something, sir. In your capacity as governor, there is a presumption that you should have first-hand intelligence report of the circumstances surrounding the sad incidents, which not only cost the lives of 2 teachers, but also the life of a member of our armed forces. I won't accuse your administration of making yet another reckless and decidedly divisive statement on the kidnapping without first asking you to explain to the good people of your state the prima facie basis of your report or resort to the UNO to come perform a duty it never performed anywhere in the world before, and which it does not have a mandate to perform under its charter of conventions or protocols. The ones the UN performed in the past were in countries involved in armed conflicts that resulted in widespread human rights abuses, genocide, and crimes of concern to the international community, such as the former Yugoslavia, Rwanda, and Sierra Leone. All right, this is very long. I have to stop here. The news plenty. Thank you very much, Dr. Prince Nukam. Dr. Mrs. Samuel Lebra from Owerri. Why are they slamming Governor Makinde? Is there anything they are not telling us? Is there any skeleton in their cupboard? Why contemplating this increment of WAEC and NECO fees in the first place? Does it mean that this government is insensitive to the suffering of the masses? Parents are finding it difficult to provide a square meal and pay school fees. Education is a fundamental human right, and every child is entitled to it. Is the government taking delight in increasing out-of-school children? That is the question. According to Dr. Mrs. Suma Olebara. Barrio, happy morning. The music has started. Fake agency gate. APC is at the Nollywood acts. What is wrong in international investigation on the release of abducted school children saga? Does it not look strange that the way and manner the abduction and release are carried out? The bigger player of politics in this regard is the APC government. Hoo-ha. ADC Bruha is another strategy by those pounds in the hands of APC doing their paid dirty deals. Barrio, the judiciary, is another clog in the wheel of democratic progress. Don't be surprised after all, Emperor Wike just gave out posh houses to them. There is going to be an end to this bad rubbish one day. That is coming from Elder Chijoke, the people's elder. The one and Special Marshal on Echo FM. I think Nigerian police is not getting it right. Okay, is this for us today or yesterday? Okay, that's yesterday. Let me look for today's own. The one and radio lawyer of Echo FM. I think if the Supreme Court upheld the decision of the appeal court, that should be the end of ADC Atiku and Kenneth Okonkwo. Remember that Kenneth Okonkwo is still in bondage with ADC members, and if that happens, that should be the beginning of one-party system in Nigeria, which is dangerous to our nascent democracy. On fake agency, Tinubu should first of all call his chief of staff, who have been fingered and questioning him. Though his administration is full of corruption, he will sweep this matter under the carpet because of 2027 election. Barry, what is the situation report on price of fuel in Imo State? Any change? Comrade Chris Ogbonna, JP, Catholic Church of Presentation, Umugoma. Well, the price has not changed. It just increased a little bit because Dangote has switched from selling fuel in naira to dollars. As you can see, it's 0.0779 cents. 77. It's not up to $1. 0.77. That's about cents in the U.S. per liter. That's what they're selling. Government asked Dangote to sell fuel in naira. They're selling crude to him in naira. Dangote is not buying crude from abroad to come and distill, and he has not changed the price to dollars. So who's going to blame him when our Nigerian government cannot stick to their own policy? Well, how can a government give a policy and an individual go ahead and do his own? Well, it's his company. Whatever he decides to do, if you like, don't buy. Go and buy abroad. That's what he's telling you. But if Nigeria decides to say, okay, well, you cannot operate in Nigeria, what will happen? So it's just a game of chess. Anytime Dangote don't do all this one, they are planning to do one thing, one crazy thing. Anyway, let's watch and see. Good morning, Barry, and happy new day. As usual, my name still remains Felix Nwozozo, texting from my humble community in Umuahimberry. Barry, this government is very corrupt, and I have no plans to fight corruption because corruption cannot fight corruption. Bajaber Miller should have been sacked or suspended. Tinubu just rewarded him with another juicy positions, which is quite unfortunate. Barry, this APC government is living on a borrowed time, and Barry, we are practicing a terrorist and bandit democracy. INEC and the judiciary, including APC, is killing the opposition parties in Nigeria. Finally, about the World Cup, France and Spain tonight is a battle of clash of the titans. Please, let's go out, get our PVC to vote out this bad government and install good government with our PVC. Thanks. That's a message from Felix. Thank you, Felix. Good morning once more, my eloquent and majestic Barry. See, all these complaints about the way police do their job by the way of arresting young boys and monitoring roadblock. Okay, that's yesterday. Okay, today, my eloquent and majestic Barry says, since the abduction of the school children in Orire, Oyo State, till their release after 56 days in captivity, a lot of issues have been raised. At times, the children are referred to as pupils between 2 and 4 years, and at times as students. Which one? We all know the difference. One on rescue. We saw little kids, all in mufti, wearing their school uniforms. Again, they were looking fresh and well kept. Now, Makinde is calling for a foreign probe into the circumstances surrounding kidnap. 56 days in captivity and release. Who knows? There may be some revolution. The federal government raising objection to it should allow it to be as a clear conscience fears no accusation. We all know that everything about the government of our country is shrouded in secrecy and dishonesty. So let us have the probe. Isn't it Lady Julie Nasike sending that one? Oh boy, the messages are just piling up. I'm trying to rush them. Umogboro Jumbosko Ikechuko from Mbidi says, good morning, Mr. Barry. A fake federal agency in my country, enjoying all federal attention and budgetary allocation. If they explain Nigeria give you and you understand them, know that the person they explain them, no explain them well. We all be here and see how this scandal will gradually die in natural death, and who says there won't be another similar fake establishment in the country serving as conduit pipes for milking and siphoning us common patrimony. Mr. Barry, MABO. All right, thank you very much. Now, Barry and AI Buruburu Kapi money. And I don't come again. They call by your state government. is absolutely right and on time. Anything short of that will continue to resonate doubts in the minds of Nigerians. On my part, I can see the fakeness of the present dispensation. This ADC saga is the same minds laid for position each week. The APC will occupy us with a fresh shenanigan to grab power by all means. AK Goro, the people's elder have spoken. Over now, through the phone lines, let's have our conversation. Good morning. Who's my first caller this morning? Yeah, you called it on me. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
Good morning to you, Ogami. That sounds like a Ndejike. Ndejike, good morning.
Man, they call you from here from Elume Chemicals, yes, now.
All right.
Barry, happy good day.
Happy morning to you.
Barry, see, this is when they talk about APC based on increasing this YX fee. Barry, how we take get leg reach where government wants to make people they be drop out for school?
Hey, wait. But they said they have suspended it now. They don't suspend them.
They don't suspend them?
Yes.
But you know, say they are suspended if they win the new 10 or subsidy come out. They may be the one, this one, the one still come out, put the thing back.
Hey, wait. Okay.
But in a so the reason this government, we know say so then they do.
Okay. So
the truth be say, make they no do because we know what make Akara business and Kuli business come to stay. You know, say that one no get certificate. You know, get fancy step. I don't know. So if they say they know what make it our secondary school level, make it die. Kuli business and Akara and Congo grow. I bet may that allow us rest. Thank you very much. Have a good day, Barry.
Thank you very much. Okay. Stanford Mwogo on Facebook said, my brother, it is only God that will help this nation. All right, thank you very much, Mwogo. Keep the calls coming. 0911 20,022. Good morning.
Good morning.
I greet you, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, Sabari.
Kachesin Ekuha is in the building.
Yeah, correct. My name is Kachesin Ekuha. I am calling from my community of Inowere West local government. Yeah, based on the ADC issue, I want to respond to that. You see, what goes around comes around. I remember in 2023 election when Atiku was contesting under PDP.
Okay.
It was zoned to the southeast because of Atiku's greediness. The PDP National Working Committee then, led by Ayu, declared it open and gave Atiku the nod, which made P2B to withdraw from that race.
Okay.
In 2027 again, the same man came up again. Even when it is glaring that it is a time for South to complete their 4 years, this same man came up again and hijacked the ADC and made P2B to leave. In fact, I want to say that what is happening to ADC now is befitting for Atiku, since he doesn't want to rest and allow others to participate.
How?
Now, look at what is happening to him. I wish Supreme Court will, because of Atiku, uphold this same judgment because of Atiku so that he can now rest. That is my take. Catch it today from out.
This one about Beleo. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmas, my very good friend.
Chief Jude.
My name is Chief Jude Obaja. I usually come from R&B the most. And this morning I am doing precisely. So, Barry, I want to talk about the threat befalling most of the opposition political parties, including the appeal court order against ADC, that will portends very great danger to her candidates, including Atiku Abubakar. I want to tell them that, that is customary with life. Nothing good, according to Bongo Sikwe, in one of his comes so easy. And we know that power is taken and not given. And again, there cannot be any crown without a cross. So I want to tell them to persevere, because that problem will continue until... okay, listen to me now, but you should have allowed me to die before you bury me.
I don't talk anything.
It will continue.
I didn't say anything.
It will continue until the elections are conducted. So it's now beholds on them to persevere and remain undaunted. It is the ability to actually, conquer these problems and succeed that will make them to win at the end of the day. Otherwise, they have to bear their sorrows alone. Like the heroine.
Should we be having this kind of problem in a democracy 5 months
ago? That is why the Igbo people call it Ndorondoro Ochichi. It's not Nyenyenyere Ochichi. So you actually have to expect this problem. If you think the election and then super away from the, you will be making a very big mistake. Like I told them, they will continue to expose them, but the ability to remain undaunted and work harder to win that determines their success at the end of the day. That is exactly what is going to be. Nothing good comes easy, like I said. There cannot be any crown without a cross. That is the scenario that is playing out now. So let them actually break off for better for what is ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief Jude. So yeah, your problem continues. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
Ha.
Good morning.
Kasim.
Well done, my brother.
Kasim.
God bless you.
US never do anything will worry you this morning, I beg. We'll not talk about them. First Nigeria, leave US alone.
You know the headline now for waiting they have in Middle East.
And they throw bullet. I don't want to talk about them because of you. I said I don't go talk.
No talk because if you talk, I go talk my own. Well done, my brother.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Kasim. I'm calling from Iyagba.
Okay.
You let me quickly chook mouth about what Sheyi Makinde talked. My brother, the problem we have in this Nigeria is a political settlement, religious settlement, ethnic settlement. I want to be in power. My party is supposed to be in power. This is exactly what is happening. For Sheyi Makinde to say that kind of thing, I'm not support what he said, my brother. Because if I thank Tinubu and all these our military, police, DSS, and local vigilante and the hunters, for them to rescue these people, and we see some people out of this army or security people, some of them sacrifice their life in this matter. Why Sheyi Makinde used to say this? It's not good. It's totally wrong. Our president did try. If somebody says something, they do something good, let us say he did this one good. But the problem we have in this country, because this man is a president, it's not belonging to my tribe, it's not in my party, it's not my business. I will never even praise him for anything where he did, whether it's good or not. This is our problem. It's not good. Some people say whether the parents or what concern them. But we thank God that there is rescue these children and the teachers inside bush. We thank God. We're supposed to thank God Almighty. And for people to say they're supposed to show where then they operate it, then they fire the bandits. What do you want to take? What do you need for this kind of thing?
All right. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
Yeah, this is Awuja directly calling from Nakede.
Awuja, welcome.
Yeah, it is on this Makande and the federal government. To me, what is primarily important to me is the release of those adopted children and their teachers.
Okay.
Any method, even if they paid money for it, it doesn't matter to me. What is important to me is that they have all come back alive.
Okay, that's
if any one of them lost his or her life during that process, then the federal government should look into the matter and settle their families, various families, according to their financial weight when they were alive. So actually, people should stop making noise. Even the governor during this, what efforts did he make to rescue them all this while? Let's say there is something between them already they are quarreling about, or they know. If he knows something about it, let him open up very well. Well, this is democracy. And but to me, and to good spirited human beings, the families of these people are now rejoicing. That is my own take.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I would just say nothing concern them so long as they don't come back. That's the best news. Good morning.
Good morning, Larry.
I agree to you.
Yeah. Larry, it looks like there are some people that their numbers are customized.
Compromise.
Customized in your studio. I've been calling.
I don't know what you're talking about, too.
So I'm George from Obak. Once for all, and I've been trying to speak to almost every day.
Sorry, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your perseverance.
I'm happy that you received me today.
Let
me tell you, if anybody is opposing what Martin said, it means she don't look. How can you say this thing will be happening like this? Some people that spoke that since the children are back, that's all right. Tomorrow, another set of people will be taken up, and the people, maybe some people going behind to do these things. It's good what the governor said. Let international organizations come into it and tell us who is doing this. We are not safe in this country, honestly. So that's my only take. I believe that somebody is behind this thing, going to school to carry underage children, and they are there in the bush for about 56 days. That person, what if he's a child? How would he feel? Then you say there's no point calling in other organizations. They can look wherever you see the thieves go and succeed, they may have somebody that is giving them close information from that place. So Martin there has not said anything wrong there. Only that when we talk to this country, we politicize it. It's one of the things that is putting this country into all this mess. So that's
all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us, and you're welcome to Echo FM. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abare. How are you doing this morning?
Very fine, thank you. Welcome aboard.
Olumbi San Onyes Ezbelodo. Mr. Abare, I want to concur with what the last caller have just said. There is an Igbo adage that says, what an elder see than to see. He who stand up, that is the one the children stand up to see. The elder way to don't see and looking, come out in eye. For Martin Day to call international community, to call UN to prove, what are we not talking about? Just like the last caller has said, tomorrow another thing will repeat. Do you know that before now, the former governor of Cross River State and also Minister of FCT told the PDP led fraction, if you're a governor and you put trouble in between me and my governor in Rivers, I will trouble your state. And nobody, PSS, police, military, nobody has called Wiki and pressure him for that statement. And there is, we all know that he has a problem with Martin. That makes Martin to leave PDP and join another party to contest for president. And they kidnap and they say they have recovered the children and the teachers, and the ransom was not paid, and Mr. President was the first person, not even the governor. The president was the first person to say, congratulations, and we have released no amount was paid. My brother Barry, the drama in this country that I call Nigeria for now, I don't know where it is leading this country into. That's my take. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you. Good morning. Who did ya? Hello? Okay. Good morning.
Gracious morning, Barry, my brother.
Welcome aboard, sir.
The feelings when I come from my mother.
Okay.
Barry, the ABC drama is an unnecessary update for me.
Okay.
And from the High Court, this is how they moved into NDC.
Okay.
And before you know it again, a drama of NDC will also move to appeal again. Which is not proper for what you describe as democracy. You will not find a way to avoid all these unnecessary actions and delegations that the government in power do not want their position. Well, the handwriting on the wall has proven that they have virtually bought every opposition already among the governors. And all this party business is not about Atiku as a person now. It is ambition, it is constitutional right to contest. It's also our decision to tell him he's the turn of the South by frustrating him, but not through this party politics drama. So my appeal, we must find a way to tell those in government now, mostly the APC, they should allow a level playing ground. They should. Let this look like democracy. There must be opposition. There must be a context. One chief said the power is the taking. That's not democracy. Democracy is democracy. It's not democracy. The people take their decision. Please, my appeal, before we have political revolution. God bless you.
Thank you very, very much for your contribution. Let's take one more call before we go to the messages. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Barry.
I greet you.
This is CJ calling from Wedra.
All right. Go ahead.
Barry, I want to make my contribution on Makinde's call for UN probe.
Okay.
Mr. Barry, I think Makinde saw something. He see something before he went on for that call. Because I don't believe that he can wake up one morning and say that he needed a probe on such a case. He must have saw something that made him to do so. Because if nothing is done about this, it will keep on happening. And people have been asking about the videos, about the rescue and whatever. Things like that is supposed to come up.
All right.
So that
Thank you.
Talking about.
Thank you very, very much.
That's my submission.
All right, thanks. Okay, let's go to our Facebook now. I'm bring you some messages there. Ahowa John Easy says, Honorable John Easy, DJ Easy from Nkali, Fakala, MB Tolu LGA. Says, good morning, Barry. Every day we keep hearing one bad news or the other. I pray that with God on our side, victory shall be ours. Barrio, I want to let you know that Nigeria has been handed over to the Most High God. Thanks and have a nice day ahead, DJ Easy. All right, thank you very much. Julie Nosike says, beautiful morning once again, Mr. My eloquent and majestic Barry Kosi. Dangote sells his product in dollars. This action, of course, is detrimental to our naira. It serves the country right. What is the country's reason refusing to sell crude produce in Nigeria to Dangote? He was forced to buy crude abroad and in dollars, of course, and he has decided to sell in dollars. Do you blame him? Nigeria should hide its face in shame, having to always compete with a single businessman. Shame on Nigerians, too, for watching the unholy drama between the giant of Africa and a single businessman. Donald Trump did not see much to term Nigeria a country of particular concern. Aids in Lady Juliana Sike sending that one. Comrade Gregory Chivoy says, good morning, my presenter. I am watching from Owerri. APC mean Association of Political... Okay, nah. How did we get here as a nation? It's so disheartening that Nigeria have moved from change to chain. And every new day comes with painful stories of killings, raping, anxiety, kidnapping, and hopelessness. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, never to see the court as the last hope of a common man. I remain Comrade Gregory Chidalu. Thank you very, very much, Comrade Chidalu. Okay, over now to our WhatsApp. We have this one says, good morning, Barry Cosmos. The call by Governor Sheyi Makinde for the United Nations to probe the Oyo students' abduction is in order and should be supported. Why is the federal government against the call by Governor Makinde for an independent international probe? The federal government seemed to have skeleton in their cupboard. The appeal court delivering judgment that INEC should not recognize primaries conducted by David Mark-led executive is a continuation of the fight against opposition parties. The judiciary is being used to kill our democracy. Nigerians need God intervention now than before. Ngolka Anthony from Christchurch Road, Owerri. Okay, just a quick one. First off, I also want to let everybody know that the government did not say that they don't want any foreign probe. They have not said anything like that, so let's not misconstrue the information. They said it's unnecessary, but their doors are open, their hands are wide. Okay. That is just the first correction. Then the appeal court has not sacked David Mack. Nobody should say they sacked them. It's about remember the court case that brought about the recognition of state executive. That is exactly the case. There are two cases in court. One is from Balagombe, and this state executive where they appeal, and the appeal fell on deaf ears. The decision was 2-1. There were 3 judges. 2 of them upheld, and 1 did not uphold that particular judgment at the court. So that's what happened. But the majority judgment took the day. Now, the big question is, please, if you can put up that judgment so we read it together for our people to watch, those of them following us on social media, on our Facebook or YouTube. Please, Evans, if you can put it up, then it will be I'll be grateful so that we read it up together, the excerpt of that particular judgment, so our viewers can also see what the judge said. And if not, let's just look for it and do it after this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother Barry.
I greet you.
But I greet you too.
Okay.
Barry, my name is Comrade Padek.
Okay, a long time.
Yes, as usual, I call from my hometown, Omokanohaji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. But sincerely speaking, I want to state categorically that I celebrate the release of the kidnapped victims, those children. But their release is very great news for me. And I equally make bold to say that Governor Makinde of Oyo State was right to probe the whole thing, because the governor can be described as the chief secretary of the state, but people should know that the governor does not, the commissioner of police does not take orders from the governor. Rather, he takes orders from the IGP.
Okay.
So Makinde is 100% right. Even a clown in Nigeria knows that something really happened, something transpired, and the government cannot continue to deceive us every day. They should come and explain what really happened. But however, I thank God that those children came back alive. But our leaders should stop using us to create content. Thank you, and have a working day. I'm Padek from Mohaji.
You call on content. All right, nice one. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Okay, let me just take this caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome back. Sharp, 30 seconds, please.
Okay, yeah, this is Mike Zuma calling from Omok, Onega River State.
All right. How Rivers this morning?
We thank God. Everywhere is good.
Okay.
I want to talk on the issue of Makinde calling the U.S. government.
Okay.
So, prove the government of Nigeria. It's a welcome development because, when the Americans went to kill Osama bin Laden, they showed everything on camera, and we watch. Even myself, I have the video before on my phone, how the killing of Osama bin Laden, how they carry out the whole mission. So I don't know why Nigeria government will go on this serious mission, because this kidnapping of 18 is a very serious mission. It's not just an ordinary mission. You just come out and say, the children have been released. Just like that in a country like Nigeria, giant of Africa.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's just give you details of the appeal court judgment. The Court of Appeal in Abuja, in a 2-1 split decision, upheld a federal high court ruling restricting the INEC from recognizing state congresses conducted by David Mark-led caretaker committee of the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Well, key ruling is that the judicial interpretation or intervention, Justice Okon Abang, delivering the lead judgment, maintained that the courts can intervene in political party matters when constitutional infractions are alleged. Remember, there was issue of jurisdiction. So they said the courts can entertain when constitutional infractions are alleged. Well, we'll wait for the Supreme Court to tell us if that's true. Then the court held that the caretaker committee lacked the authority under the party's constitution to conduct state congresses, declaring the action of the MAC-led leadership a nullity. And of course, the appeal court was dismissed for lacking merit with 10 million naira in cost awarded against the party to the aggrieved state chairman. So the court not just upheld the Federal High Court judgment, they also awarded 10 million naira to the state chairman that went to court. Well, following this, INEC was instructed to stop dealing with the involved ADC factions until further notice for detailed excerpts. So I don't understand what this means. Why are you ordering INEC to stop dealing with the ADC faction led by David Mack? What does this particular line to stop dealing with or involved with ADC factions concerns the leadership of the ADC when the Supreme Court has since upheld it? So I don't understand this one. So at the end of the day, what we are looking at is very simple. You ask INEC not to get involved with this. Is it the state executive or the federal executive? Because with the state executive are asking that the congresses are not okay for the states, what is concerned with the federal congress? Does the state also have the power to conduct federal congress? And in their party constitutions, the state congresses must be held before the federal congress. So you see that this is a very dicey situation. No matter how you look at it, the people say their tenure was still ongoing. So it just resembles Julius Abure's issue of tenure and tenure elongation and all those craziness. So it is not funny, but it is what it is. In Nigeria, anything can happen. Wow, say what, anything can happen. So Atiku, Atiti, Atibubu, and Obi, all of them. I don't know where this is going. Remember, there's also a court judgment asking INEC to de-recognize the NDC as a political party because they want to go by their recalling the judgment based on the fact that they asked court to give them party status and they did not hear from the other side. Now they want to hear before they make a judgment. Since they gave that, they're supposed to finish this thing within 3-4 days. No, they leave arm. Make you wait, they cause confusion. This is where I get very angry with this thing. This is of national importance, national interest. If the court wants to intervene in issues like this, do a sharp, come on hand. Not be, you're going to do like see if anything mega. Nothing mega in this issue. All we just need to do is do the right thing. You've gone to court today. If Supreme Court sit today, tomorrow go appeal court. The appeal court sit today, go to the Supreme Court the next day or 1 week. But no, since they went to maintain status quo, they went to court, that one overturned, they now came back. ADC, waiting. Well, this one no be PDP, no be APC carry them go court. No, them themselves go court too. Now the state chairman of ADC, after that, when I will call APC. Okay. Anyway. Hello.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
This man.
You.
This man.
You.
Don't remember my phone number today. Oh, Steve Azomana, welcome aboard.
I wonder if you become the governor, whether people will be able to reach you again.
You don't see why
the way you behave, honestly.
You don't see why
accusation.
Accusation.
I don't accuse you now.
Okay.
If you have nothing to hide, why will you be afraid of investigation?
But Steve, the government had not said they're afraid of investigation now. Where are you people getting this information from? Government say their hands are open, their doors are open anytime. But they say it's unnecessary.
So why unnecessary? Why is it unnecessary? Why is investigation unnecessary?
But they don't tell them what they don't tell them. That's why it's unnecessary.
So you can't say it's unnecessary.
Okay.
I think it is necessary. When something has continued to happen over time, and my worry is this. Some people are celebrating that their children came back alive. Yes, thank God they came back alive. But should we continue like this?
That's the question.
Next time you will hear that another
set of children has been, why should children suffer for the sin and the ignobility of their parents? Why children? You know that a crime against children and women is like a crime against humanity.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how these children feel, whether they are actually abducted or whether they are kept somewhere incommunicado. These children have suffered psychologically and otherwise. They do not deserve it. So if anybody is calling for investigation, either internationally, I think I support that. Let's find out why these things are happening. Let's find out why it seems like the military is, I wouldn't say they're incapable, but why has it, what does it take military 60 days, is it almost 60 days to rescue these children? Why is anybody not thinking about that?
All right.
Because the Nigerian military, I know, 24 hours, 48 hours, they are capable of rescuing those children. So I think there is need for investigation so that we know why we are in this reoccurring decimal. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
All right. A country where people will pay ransom and come up open to say this is how much we pay to get a release, where even government officials from the presidency, that is talking about Ahmed Baba, who came on national television telling us that the kidnappers people, they paid over 30 million to release them. I mean, that moment was when he was in Buhari's government. So it is not, it's not surprising anymore to me when all these things happen, because they have made this in an industry. It is now more productive than even construction business. You kidnap today, you get million without wasting time. These people collected 5 million. 5 million now, maybe then they like 3, they'll share them. After they chop and finish, they'll go kidnap another one. So long as you pay ransom to kidnappers, you are emboldening them and making sure they kidnap again. Period. There's no two ways about that. If you go do business succeed, you know, go do second round. It's just so sad that we got to this position where Nigeria will be negotiating with terrorists and bandits and all those things. Negotiating. When? I still imagine if this Nigerian army, what we know. Nigerian army that stopped the war in Liberia, is it Lebanon, Sudan? Would they go stop war for another person country? But ordinary thieves, small bandits and terrorists, now they give us problem to stop. I mean, this is unheard of. This is unheard of. People just want to use these young men and women to do business. The people who are selling guns are cashing out. The guns are being sold. Bullets are sold. The logistics suppliers are getting money. The middlemen. This is just the problem. So there's nothing like, I did this, I did that. No, let's take another call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
The person on tour is Chief Daniel Akunesi from Ndegu, Owerri West.
Welcome, Chief.
You see, yes, I'm worried about the statement of the federal government because Makinde is doing this for the interest of Nigerians. Yes, because if you see some governors move for investment, they say they will invite foreign investment because they are in charge of their state. So there's nothing bad if Makinde make that statement that we want to see the root of this thing.
Okay.
Inviting foreigners to come and investigate. So what I'm trying to say is that he has the power as the chief secretary of that state. So government should be happy. We want to this our government. We didn't rely on them. If government institutions supposed to educate us, they're supposed to, give us the truth. They are going contrary to the wishes of the people.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother.
Right now, we don't depend on them.
Thank you.
So allow
Thank you.
the man to investigate the matter in his state.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's my take.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Cosmos.
Amma, you decided to join the party as the last caller for today?
Yes. All along I've been calling. You know, like somebody said, this line is trying to become American lottery visa.
Not be smart thing.
It's difficult sometimes to hit you.
All right, quickly, let's wrap it up.
So let me make it snappy. You see, like some other callers have said, I don't see anything wrong in what Governor Makinde has said.
is aware of making the federal government or the security apparatus being proactive instead of being reactive in issues of insecurity. You see, why this thing won't stop, this insecurity won't stop in Nigeria is because of, like I usually say, religion, politics, and tribe.
Okay.
So these three major things. And another, the fourth one is this issue of pampering these terrorists or bandits. In the name of maybe they have repented and they will be integrated into the society and so on and so forth. So until we look into all these issues, these three major or four major issues, insecurity will continue to ravage this. Thank you. I'm from Uche Street.
Thank you very, very much, Amma. You are my last caller for today. I appreciate everybody who was part of this program for sending in your message, joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, and all that. So thank you all for being here. We do love you, and let's do this again tomorrow for another exciting program to come your way. Now, we will be switching gears to a guest at this very moment. We'll be hosting a guest now. So please stay tuned. Let's bring you more information.